Hey, how's it going? It's the game, dude. Back at it again. This is gonna be the fourth and final entry from the collection of this place right here. I have a more better collection right over here too, but it's gonna take a long time to get the DVDs out and everything. So I'll probably do it sometime soon. Have to get all the DVDs on, do it all one by one, which is probably gonna be even longer than this and everything, and probably have to split those in parts and everything. But who knows? I guess we'll see. But until then, I have here's the last part of the third part, or the third part is in the third section of this part. So I'm gonna first start with some huge ones that couldn't fit in that shelf or anything. I couldn't fit in that shelf, so I'm gonna start with some big ones. Yeah. So first one we're gonna do is from my favorite comedians ever, and that's from Robert Williams. It's called Comic Genius. This was made by people at Time in Life back in 2018. I had this far back as 2018, and I got this from a TV ever that was doing, because the Time in Life was doing a special thing ever since the documentary came out with Robin Williams coming some of the HBO thing. They decided to release, along with other stuff, a Robin Williams collection of all the stuff he has done and everything. It's uncensored and everything, as you can see from the front. It's just a booklet that came with it, along with other stuff you can see. And yeah, as you can see, it comes with a set of 4 DVDs. They're all on DVD. I think there was a Blu-ray set, but at the time I didn't have a Blu-ray at the time, so I decided to get DVD instead. I think anyway. The first DVD right here includes all the stand-up specials that he ever made, all 5 of them, including, as you can see, footage from when he was doing that United States Army tour and everything, along with archival footage, a lot of production featurettes and everything like that. Yeah, the first one's pretty much just all of his stand-up and everything. Yeah, it's pretty good. Second one right here includes one of the few episodes of Mork and Mindy, a few good shows from the showrunner from Who Made Happy Days. I forget which one. And more late night appearances, and of course there's a documentary, Come Inside My Mind, which I think they decided to release their own. So this is the first time the documentary is on DVD. I think it already came out on DVD separately, although I don't know. Although if it didn't, then it's probably for first that's on this DVD set. See, the third one involves his UK appearances, along with award show appearances. From say his the Oscars, Emmy, well not Emmys no, Oscars, Tonys, all that stuff, along with some other, especially for someone that doesn't mention here, but currently one from I forgot what the company's called. I think it's called AFT. When they did Lifetime Awards for celebrities, there's 3 of them he was in. One from Robert De Niro, one for Al Pacino, and another one for Mike Nichols, the director who was in that movie he partnered with, which was Birdcage, and along with that Broadway musical they did, Broadway play they did. I think they were Bums, along with Steve Martin. I think that's what they were. It includes all that stuff. This last one, the fourth one, includes more stand-up and everything, but this is from unreleased and everything. These are from Toast, from the improv he did. Everybody from everything, including more episodes of Mork and Mindy, more sketches, and more late night appearances. Yeah, pretty good stuff. I got this collection because of the fact that I was and I still am a huge Robert Williams fan. His movies are kind of a mixed bag sometimes. It's depends on what he's doing and how they wrote it for him, but. Aside from that, I liked it because, I wanted to get the whole collection and everything. All of his appearances he did and everything. It was on TV. I think it was $60 or something, maybe. Of course, it has some marks and everything that I left and everything. But, very good condition. Yeah, pretty good collection for a time in life. I haven't seen anything online about this. I don't know if it's on sale from somewhere on eBay or Amazon, but if it is, then probably it's cheaper than what I bought. If it isn't, then probably got it for cheap. And this next one is from a famous comic book from DC and Warner Brothers, and that is of course Watchmen. As you can see, it kind of has this holographic image, one from the movie and then the comic and everything. Pretty good. There's some artwork from that Black Freighter thing that was in the comic book and everything. And along with comes with, of course, as you can see right here, a hardcover special edition of the comic book. The only thing that makes this very special is just the front cover drawn by Dave Gibbons. As you can tell, his art has changed from this to something like came from the 80s. Really, you can tell a difference between that and this. Really, you can really tell. But it's pretty good art. Pretty good. One of the best. Has all the reviews and everything. Not much on it, really. It's just the only difference, like I said, is just the cover. Instead of having the usual smiley sign with the blood on it, it just has this and everything, which I think looks cool. But everybody has a taste. And next comes with, of course, the movie from Zack Snyder and everything. And despite what you think about Zack Snyder, you will admit that this movie was the most butchered out of all of his famous movie collection. Out of all his movies, the Watchmen was the most butchered and everything. There's a code that expired and everything. Yeah, it expired, so no point showing it anyway. It's ultraviolet. Violet, that's what it says. Violet, sorry. And as you can see from the back, there's a cool artwork from all the characters. Looks great, along with the famous tagline. Complete here because in the movie and even the comic they never finished the word, but that's a complete word. The other part has it as, of course, and what this set has only two versions of the movie. One of which is the ultimate cut, and then there's the theatrical version. As you can see, the Watchmen cut, the ultimate cut has it on Blu-ray. Meanwhile, the theatrical is on DVD, along with special features, along with a famous motion comic that was released sometime before or maybe later than this, I think. They were written by that guy who was in that, I think it's CSI. I think that's what it was. I think. But as you can see, there is no director's cut. So if you want to be getting this for the director's cut, then you're probably just gonna have to buy that separately or something, or buy another set that has that because it doesn't have it here. But personally, I like the ultimate cut a bit more, because it has the ultimate. The only way it's different from the ultimate cut to the director's is that the ultimate cut is actually just the director's cut with the added animated short that was made a year later called Tales of the Black Freighter. It has a story. They integrated it into the ultimate cut movie, and I think they did it pretty well editing it because sure, there are some parts where they just edit back to just like that, but there are some that are just like seemingly edited like they actually works well with it, especially when it adds more of the newspaper stand scenes from featuring the kid and also the guy, I forgot their names, of course, but adds more scenes to that and everything, but pretty good. I never saw the theatrical because when I bought it, it's too short and everything. And of course, all the bonus features come with a lot of stuff. I don't know what it has specifically in there. Maybe it's just like interviews, behind the scenes, and everything. And well, despite what you think and everything, like I said, personally, if you don't want to go watch the Black Freighter and want to watch that separately, just get the director's cut along with bonus features. You'll like it better probably. But I like it for what it is. Pretty good. I thought for a movie, I thought it did pretty well. Everything. But some people don't because some people still hate Zack Snyder. Granted, some people still don't like him now because of his Rebel Moon movies. But in reality, Rebel Moon just shows that he can make a movie as long as there's a competent screenwriter to help him with it. That's why his movies like these, or like say Man of Steel, or even Dawn of the Dead, and then even 300 were good because of the fact that he have good writers in it, And let's not forget that Watchmen and 300 was made by Frank Miller. The famous Frank Miller. Well, this one was made by Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons, and everything, who only drew the art, but still. He's still a prolific part of it. Nothing much in here. And this is an unpopular opinion, but in reality, I like the movie more than the comic book, which some people say that's, like, how could you say something like that? Like, comic book is way better and everything. Well, yeah, sure, in some ways it could be, but, when I read the comic, yeah, sure, I heard all the things, all about the things they changed in the comic book history, and then, but it's not that it's like what's in the story, it's good and everything, so many things in it. I'll take a word for that because I did see some of them, and I was like, captivated by it, but in reality, it was like, even the documentary of the movie, even Zack Snyder, Dave Gibbons were saying the same things. Everybody was, but in reality, it's just like, I don't know. I always felt like the movie was better and everything, especially with the different ending they took and everything. And as for Ozymandias' design, I kind of wish they kind of stuck this with the movie than, his weird Batman and Robin-esque suit they put on him. I would have liked this more in the movie. Aside for that, I liked it more and everything. It's just, I have nothing to complain about the movie, but it's just the comic book, well, it's just like, it's more like a, I don't know, I had to be more in depth to what I mean, but it's just like, kind of a letdown for me, actually. That's what it was, yeah, it was a letdown. Yeah. Yeah. But, it was worth the $70 I paid for this, or maybe it was 60. I think it was 60 and everything. So yeah, it wouldn't feel like a waste of money. This next collection, as I said, of a TV series. One thing I fell in love with when I was like 18 or something. And of course, Beavis and Butt-Head. As you noticed, it's not the famous Mike Judge collection. Not because, despite what people think, the Mike Judge collection is, trash and everything. And one thing is, I don't own it really. I did used to own it, but that's another story. But this one has more history behind it because thankfully some dedicated fans got together with their many personal copies of when they were recording it on VHSs or of the Beavis and Butt-Head, and they all spent it into here. It's called a complete series, but it's also known as, right here in his name, called, let me get it out, called we probably can't see it here, but it says here, right here, the Uncensored King Turd Collection. That's what it's called. It's called that name because I don't know why. I never understood why it had that name. I don't know much history about the King Turd Collection. I only know more about the other parts, really, because all I know is, the reason why I know about it is because even they send the promos of this in the DVDs made by fans, for the fans, for people who get to see all the episodes, and I mean all of them. Mostly unedited and everything, and because they managed to mainly find the unedited stuff from, like I said, VHS recordings they recorded back in the 90s, back when this first aired, along with putting almost all the music videos back in. With reasons behind that is, like I said, through recordings on TV back when, either when it first aired or when it got back on TV during the VH1 days and everything, back when they're having throwback episodes and everything, and voila, it's all right here, all into these DVD-ROMs or DVD-Rs they're called. As you can see, it has their own artwork and everything, mostly from Mike Judge, but they managed to mainly put in here very good. Each disc will tell you what it has, especially what episodes uncut and everything, and I like it so far. Right now I've only gone far as the first 2 discs, but I'm loving it so far. Each one has a different artwork. And these ones are special because one has the holiday specials, which don't air on TV anywhere. They're not even in the Mike Judge collection at all, which is weird. Of course, it also has the movie, which to me personally, if it didn't come with the movie, if you have a version that didn't come with the movie, guess what? You can just buy the regular movie on either DVD or Blu-ray, and voila, it's just right there. Because in reality, It's just nothing's different really. It just has the same bonus features. And I'm pretty sure if you bought it on, but then again, if you bought it on, but if it came with this, you wouldn't have to worry about those stupid logos that you can't skip on DVD because you know how it is on DVD or Blu-ray too. But also comes with like I just showed you a bonus disc with a lot of stuff. I don't know what it is because I can't read that because it's just it was photocopied here. That's all I know. And of course, there's the infamous, well not infamous, but the 8th season, i.e. the 2011 reboot. It came back in air. That's a very underrated series. I know that. I mean, there's no ones you see right here on the edge are new additions, which I'll show you later. But this first one right here is from, of course, the new movie that was released on Paramount Plus called, Do the Universe. And despite what you think, Amazon Prime Video did not release this. This is actually kind of unofficial. You can tell by looking at it. And look how weird it is. That's because, like I said, somebody put this on a BDR, which is what's different about it. It's just that on a BDR, like I say, if you look at it, you think it looks so official, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. What's the difference between a BDR and an average Blu-ray disc? Well, a Blu-ray disc, sometimes they're blue and sometimes they're clear. Meanwhile, BDRs look like this. And as you can see, it looks very brownish. Has a weird color tinting. You would think it's not Blu-ray, but it is. Trust me, I looked. Because my Blu-ray player identifies it as a Blu-ray disc, a BDR, i.e. Blu-ray disc ROM. That's what DVD-ROM is. DVD-ROM. That's what the R is for. ROM. But as you can see, it's from the Paramount Plus movie that came out. But like I said, even though it's not really official, you can tell that the person who made it has made it look official as much as they can. But of course, you can really tell it's not because it has weird edges on the line where you can see it wasn't finished. But it's pretty good. They really managed to put it well on Blu-ray very well. Not any skips and everything. I haven't seen anything bad, compared to the Paramount Plus version. Like no skipping or anything, no audio glitches, nothing. So nothing to complain there. Next one is of course the first 2 seasons so far of the 2022 reboot, also on BDR, and you can tell the person who made this made it weird. I wish they wouldn't put this here, these stuff here, like all these episodes right here, because I like the artwork in the background, which shows all the characters, which as you can tell, it looks like the poster from the 2nd season, but you can tell it's a bit more larger because it has stuff in there that wasn't in the poster, and only a fan would know which episode came from which, and everything. But as you can see, it comes from 2 discs, also BDRs, Blu-ray discs. I heard you can find these on, not Temu, but the other place. It was the other place that wasn't like Temu, but they offer ones and also on Blu-ray, but in separate Blu-ray disc, and they actually have it in a Blu-ray box rather than a DVD box, really, because I thought it was a DVD. So I looked at the logo and put it in the disc and realized it was a BDR. So, but it was okay. I liked it. They put some bonus features in it, but it was mainly just promo stuff because, no bonus features, not even official DVD or Blu-ray came out. In fact, there was going to be one on DVD that we're going to release. Going to involve the first season of the reboot along with, of course, Do the Universe. But for some reason, it got canceled last minute. If you look it up on websites now, it makes it seem like it did, but they made an update saying it still got canned, but except for no reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's Mike Judge being Mike Judge, or maybe it's part of the contract or something. I don't know. Because right here is something I shouldn't really bought, but I bought it because at the time I didn't get this because this was like $100 and everything, and I know you think that's a lot, but the reason why it's $100 because the sellers take time and energy away from trying to make this for us, having to put in sleeks and everything, having to make it look like good design. As you can tell, the person didn't do that well, but like I said, they were trying and everything. It has the weird skin color, like right here he's weird and he looks yellow, but still. The person seller did their best, making it as much as you can, along with new stuff. Like I said, it came with Do Universe, because even the seller said they had to put new stuff, which is in the new movie, and the 2 TV shows. But everything else they had to do all by themselves in their own time, which was time consuming for them. And also money because it took a lot of money to to get DVD ROMs and also Blu-ray ROMs at the same time. Had to make them look presentable, clean and click, like something you would see on an official release, close and everything. But I think that's why when they heard it online, kept hearing people was going to be expensive and everything. But yeah, sure. But then looking back, I like to think they're expensive because, like I said, it's very time consuming and it takes a lot for even a hard dedicated fan to make it just like this, like very good, very sleek. I don't think I had the energy to do this. But it was $100. But to me, it was worth $100 because it comes with bonus features. It wasn't involved in the Mike Judge collection, and lots of other stuff really. And I don't have to deal with those infamous infomercials they keep putting at the start of the DVDs that you can't skip, despite the fact that they should, but they don't. They don't. But it was $100. It was worth it. And this one, and the reason why I'm saying that because this one was $20 and it's not worth it. Trust me, even though it says King Turn Collection, it's not. Unlike the DVD, I only got it because it was the thing available at the time, made by the people who sloppy second sales and everything. I don't know how much I can say, but all I can say is I would only get this if you can't afford this, because the only thing is the caveat is you have to deal with no special features, not even the movie. In fact, I don't even know if they have all the episodes in here, because the reason why I think that because when it comes with 2 Blu-ray discs, which as a person like me worry because as you can see, there's over like 7 seasons of this, and look, they're all on DVD. So I don't know how they did on the Blu-ray, unless of course, like I said, then they put it all they just got rid of the features and didn't bother putting this in. I was like these 2, but I keep it because I know I can't sell it anywhere because it's not registered, not even in the barcode system. So why bother? But but for all you thinking, what do I think about the Mike Judge collection? And well, as I told you, I don't like it. But I never owned the DVDs really, like ever at all. The reason why for that is because I had money mainly come with money, and I couldn't find all the collection in there and everything. But I probably will in the future, but only really collect them just to collect it. I won't use it to watch the stuff because, like I said, there's not that much episodes and everything. Even the ones that Mike Judge put in there, he edited them to not only edit out the music videos in it, but also to censor out some of the things he didn't like putting in there at the time because I don't know why. It's because he probably didn't like it. But hey, it's his own creation. He can do whatever he wants. But I wish he would just release them all, just that one time, so we could just release the other stuff. Because you could just release just 500,000 copies of an official version of the King Turd collection, and just leave it like that, pretty much like that. You could just do it release at one time, make sure almost anyone or girl can have it. But no, he didn't do that. This next collection is from a horror movie franchise that's dear to my heart, and as of course, Friday the 13th collection. As you can see, this is a deluxe edition made by Scream Factory. And I know some people are going to say, well, this is actually not a good collection because of, problems and replacement discs. Well, when I first got this, believe it or not, the seller selling actually was in the good nature, giving me all the stuff in it, but also coming with its own replacement discs and everything. Yeah. It came with the replacement disc, which I, ended up replacing anyway because, I didn't want to keep the original flawed ones. And if you're wondering what replacement disc movies for, I think it was for 3, which was part 3D, Jason Goes to Hell, and then Jason X. Yeah. But I since got the disc replaced, so the discs have already been replaced. I threw away the original ones because, like I said, they were flawed and everything. The third one was flawed because, I don't know, because of some 3D technology that was interfering with something. I don't know, something having to do with the thing not working or something. Goes to Hell had the problem to deal with Okay, in the unrated edition, in the part where Jason crushes the dude's hand and his bones come from out of here and everything. Well, apparently in the unrated cut in the original Blu-ray, um, they apparently still cut that out for some reason, which doesn't make sense because the unrated edition on DVD showed the whole thing. So the replacement disc has you where they show it and everything. Even though some people say, "Well, that's a minor thing. Why would they do that?" But because it's false advertising right there. As for Jason X, had the same thing, but this time with audio desyncing problems because they had a lot of desyncing problems. And there was this one audio that was completely cut out and everything. Well, from the holograph scene when Jason was bringing up those lady campers, using the body bags and everything, they were screaming out. If you had the DVD, you would know they scream out and everything in pain and everything. But in the original Blu-ray disc, for some reason, the audio cut it out. And it just wasn't like playing and everything. Even I noticed it when I first saw it the first time. Thankfully, when I replaced it with a replacement disc, it was there on the first time. I thought it was just weird that the seller who gave me this, didn't just put the Blu-ray disc in the collection and just ship it out. But my guess is because I don't think the guy wanted me to think he was screwing me out or something. I replaced it back, but this is $100 also. And this is actually the cheapest because it was exactly $100. It was 90 something, and then thanks to taxes and shipping and all stuff, it was 100, which is not bad because if you look at the prices now, they go from either 100 to 200 to which is like ridiculous. As you can see, it has all the films, Paramount and New Line, of course. Otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna show all of it because time and everything. But as 1, 2, 3, the final chapter, New Beginning. Lives, New Blood, Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, X, Freddy vs. Jason, of course, the 2009 reboot. Not that bad of a reboot. But as you can see, by the way, not all of them look like this because they all have reversible posters that you can see from the back. I just reversed it, just to have more variety and everything so it can look good. Yeah. And to make it short, 1, 2, 3, and 1 through 5 have irreversible posters. 6 doesn't, 7 doesn't, 8 doesn't. This one technically doesn't, but they have this weird irreversible thing where they just change the poster to text. It doesn't make sense. Jason X has this weird one where I didn't see a difference at all. Freddy vs. Jason has one, and so does the 2009 one. But aside from that, it's 6, 7, and 8 that don't have irreversible colors for some reason. And of course, here's part 2. The body count continues. As you can see, there's the thing it came with, along with this, poster right here. They put it on the disc anyway, so I don't mind it. And here's one. As you can see, this one kind of looks ugly looking, but like I said, the original one shows right here in the back, and it's also on the disc, and shows Jason for the first time with his hockey mask. Of course, part 2 had the first one with Jason in the first place. Here's part 4. Of course, like I said, irreversible cover right here. Of course, the other back side has, what the disc has in the front. Pick the poster because it looks cool, especially with, with the famous lions and everything. Favorite one. Let's see. Let me put all that back. Hold on. That was hard. This one is part 5. I like this because I like the way the poster made it, especially in the original one. It's like, has those famous words, if Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. It just says Friday part 5 in the beginning. I like this more than the original cover right here. As you can see, it has the same thing. It looks ugly. It has this weird Jason with this weird Tommy outlook, which I always thought was weird, but apparently this was actually the poster that was released. But I like the original one because it looks cool. Has that red and all the way to black, and it has the trademark right there. New Beginning. And like I said, the new one, Part 6, I'm not going to be able to open because, like I said, nothing here, but his poster right here, and it looks cool. Jason Lives. Looks cool. And there's of course New Blood. And I always thought this text was weird because it looked weirdly edited in. I thought that the Screen Factory edited this in, but then I looked at the original poster. That's how the text looks like, which I think is weird and everything. Of course, New Blood with Carrie and everything. King Hodder with Jason as the first time. Very iconic and everything. I really thought he should have been all of them, especially in Freddy vs. Jason, but producers. And of course, it's taking Manhattan and everything. More King Hodder in the back. Everything. And of course, here's Goes to Hell. With the metal mask, which never showed up in the movie, which is weird. But of course, as you can see, it has this weird thing in the back right here. Because you can. It's also irreversible. But instead of having a different poster, it just has different text, as you can see right here. Yeah, instead of it's weird. It's like it has that, and then the front looks like this. It's almost like why bother flipping it? Well, what makes even less sense is of course Jason X. As you can see, it just looks like it looks like the New Line DVD, but in Blu-ray form. What's weird, if you look when I open it, as you can see right here in the irreversible cover, nothing's changed. See, looks the same. Looks the same. There's no difference. The only difference I think will count is technically the back cover, which looks different, but it's like why bother to have an irreversible cover? It's like why couldn't you just use a different poster? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. The next one is Freddy vs. Jason. As you can see, I have the reversible poster in first because I think it looks cooler with their outlines and everything. I think it looks cool. And then there's the original poster. As you can see, it has the original tinting right there, Blu-ray. I think this is actually just the DVD. I think this is actually just a New Line DVD that they put into Blu-ray. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, no new features ever came out of it, which makes sense. Speaking of which, here is, of course, 2009's Friday the 13th. Even though it was made by New Line, Paramount still had some rights over it, which is why it was called Friday the 13th instead of just Crystal Lake or Canned Blood or something. As you can see, it's a killer cut. But of course, the killer cut also they also put in the theatrical version in this one for some reason. There's the other poster right here. It has a close-up of Jason's mask. I like it better like this because it looks cool. But, as you can tell, it's a killer cut with his eyes and everything. But yeah. Here's the new thing in the collection, which is called collection bonus material. It has a lot of new stuff, and it even has a lot of other new stuff that's not even in the features and even there. I can't recall what it is, but that's the new part of the collection and everything, along with the whatever bonus features the other Blu-rays come with. And here's a book pamphlet going throughout the years and everything, all the way from the first one, 2009. I really hope when they do make a new one, they stick with what made the franchise great to begin with. But if they don't, and they decide not to make any more movies or are afraid to make more of it, then that's fine, because some people say it's one of the movies that don't deserve it, because as proven by the 2009 one, people missed the whole 80s filming and everything from the original one, and if they felt like if next one would be a sequel and everything to maybe 7 or 8, they should keep that going, which I think they should. Everything, but at the end of the day, who knows? Because after the whole lawsuit that happened with the Sean Cunningham and Miller, who knows? Maybe they'll make more. But thanks to the whole thing called the Jason Universe that came out recently, who knows? Maybe more stuff will come out. Let's hope. Hopefully, it'll be more games and everything, which I hope ends up being great. Very great. And I just hope, thanks to Jason Universe, Gun Media will put new content into the game, and they won't lose their game and everything by the end of the year. Hopefully that gets resolved. If it doesn't, then sad day for everyone. Speaking of which, I want to make a new update from part 1 of my collection, which was all the Xboxes right there. And of course, the Friday the 13th game. Yeah, I know it's weird having this, even though the servers are about to shut down. But I only took it because this does offline play and everything, and that I can still technically play this as for now. I can, so got it and everything. As you can tell, put in some stuff in here to remind me of some things. Forgot. It also comes with a poster and everything. Just to be here, only the Slasher edition comes with a poster. But for some reason, when I bought it, it came with a poster. And I didn't question it at all because in my mind, hey, free poster. Cool. I haven't hanged it up yet, but I probably will sometime in the future. But yeah, it looks cool. The next one is, of course, of. Well, this is not an update, actually. Sorry. Actually, that was the only update, actually. Yeah, yes. Was the only update, really. Okay, this next collection is a bunch of movies I fell in love with, especially the ones in the fantasy genre, and that is, of course, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. All that stuff. Let's talk about The Hobbit first, because it's the prequel. The Hobbit prequel, well, I know a lot of people have discourse about it, even though with the extended editions, which doesn't make sense, because, I agree with everybody else. It should have been a two-parter, having just this one and this one mixed in with this one. It would have been great, but we didn't get it. Maybe because of, I don't know, maybe because Warner Brothers and New Line just wanted to, including MGM, which is weird, wanted to, wanted this to be 3 movies instead of 2. I felt like this movie was mismanaged mostly because not by Peter Jackson and the studio. No, if you really looked at the appendices, they really cared about this, but the studio got in the way and everything. It didn't end up being good. We could have had a great film, not by Peter Jackson, but by Guillermo del Toro. I hope I pronounced that right. I would have loved to see it and everything, but no, they got these instead. I could have loved it. At least we have something from The Hobbit, at least. And everything. It's pretty much cool. And yeah, these are, of course, they're extended editions, so has more scenes and everything. I'm surprised that The Hobbit got rated R because I can never really. Just for violence. It's kind of tame when you think about it. But yeah, not much to talk about that one because I don't have fond memories of that one. Of course, this one I got. That was a stupidly $80, and that is, of course, Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings. Ralph Bakshi one. As you see, it says remastered and deluxe, and all it has is one bonus feature. Which is not even the Lord of the Rings one. It's just one about Ralph Bakshi when he was making this. I still have the receipt and everything. Let me see how much it cost me. Actually, no. It was $44. This thing, yes, this simple Blu-ray with just one bonus feature, and it cost me $44. Can you believe it? Yeah, this whole thing cost $44. I would not pay this for $44. Had I paid this for 19 or 20, yeah, definitely, yeah, sure, I would actually, but not for 44. But hey, but at the time it's not mostly on Blu-ray a lot, but rather just I wouldn't pay 44. I mean, come on. But as you can tell, it's different, made by Ralph Bakshi, and it's actually animated. You gotta admire Ralph Bakshi for trying to do something with this, especially putting 2 movies into one and everything. Especially at the time, since Peter Jackson's ones wasn't come out yet. But again, had it not been for this movie, Peter Jackson wouldn't have tried with his attempt in making the greatest trilogy of all, really. It's just it just wouldn't. But you gotta feel bad for Ralph Bakshi, knowing the many trials and tribute. If you thought the Hobbit one was bad, Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings was even worse because it was the first of its kind. Nothing was ever done. That's kind of cliche, but not really. This was actually technically the first Lord of the Rings movie and everything. Yeah, everybody didn't like it back then because it's either false advertising from the movie, thinking it was going to be all 3 instead of being just 2. And also the fact that, it wasn't managed well and everything. Because Ralph Bakshi didn't have a good time doing it. He even said in interviews that if he ever had the chance to go back, he wouldn't do this again and everything. But at the same time, it's a good thing he did because, like I said, had it not from this, we wouldn't have Peter Jackson. And speaking of which, here's the famous Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, and of course it's the extended edition. As you can see, it looks a little bit more different than my Hobbit one, because this one took. New Line took. I mean, New Line's not the same as it was when it comes to the whole media thing. And, as you can see, it looks very beautiful. It has all this stuff in it and everything. Looks pretty good. Comes with these DVDs I can see right here. Can't take it up because it's going to get stuck in here. Return to Towers. Return all the green, red, blue. Pretty good. Has all the same stuff as the old Hobbit one, but more stuff like appendices. It tells you, it has a map and everything. Guide telling you which stuff was added in, which one's a new scene, which one's the scene they extended and everything. I'm glad this film, especially the third one, won like 11 Academy Awards. That's a lot. Fantasy films thankfully got a resurgence thanks to this film because they didn't have to be taken seriously. They weren't taken seriously back then. Not even Ralph Bakshi made it. But I'm glad this was made and everything. It's like the perfect movie, and the extended edition makes it even better. Even better. Like, trust me, go with the extended edition. And even if you don't want Blu-ray, get the DVDs because because this is what pretty much it is. It's technically the Blu-ray with DVDs. The only thing that is Blu-ray is just the movies, which is weird because they have two Blu-ray discs in it that they put into. It's all both movies, which doesn't make sense because I would have think Blu-ray they would have cost a reduction from 2 DVDs to 1 Blu-ray to put into the movie. But it's weird. It's weird. But the DVDs, the appendices are all still on DVD. So just in case you were wondering, not all of it got transferred to Blu-ray, just the movies themselves. But like I said, even if you can't afford this one, because this one was kind of expensive, like $30-$40, I think. It was kind of expensive, yeah. But worth the price to me. Yeah. But in case you don't want to reverse that much, like I said, get the DVD versions of the extended editions because those are just like just like perfect. It's all it is, like perfect masterpieces right here. That's what it is. But hopefully, if there is going to be more Tolkien projects, hopefully we treat it barely. Amazon's not doing us any favors at all. I don't have Prime, thankfully, but I wouldn't want to ever see those even with a 10-foot pole anyway. Okay, here we have another franchise. This franchise is a bit more dear to me than Lord of the Rings because this one I actually ended up growing up with throughout my childhood. Back when I had them on DVDs and everything, I switched it all to Blu-ray. Hold on, guys. I have to take off the stickers first because I'm annoying. And that is, of course, Star Wars, the complete saga. As you can see, this is this favorite, and I love that cover art, showing father and son, and everything was cool. I have it on Blu-ray and everything. It has all these cool special features. This was before it was bought out by Disney, so it still has the 20th Century Fox logos. Has it all here. As you can see, cool artwork from the first movie. Second one looks cool. Third one, Revenge of the Sith. My favorite one on the prequel trilogy. Fourth movie. The fifth, Empire. Return of the Jedi, which looks cool with this artwork right here. Also more bonus discs showing some featurette stuff and everything looks cool. Like 3 bonus discs, they're very cool, very cool. Along this nice artwork right here. Like it looks very cool. All the characters and everything. This is back when the carrot and everything. This is before, like I said, before the Disney acquisition came in. And it works. Of course, there's a guide and everything. Shows all the guys, what's behind the scenes and everything, what's in special features and everything, which is a lot of stuff. Shows light interviews, deleted scenes. Very good stuff, very good stuff. But, like I said, I loved this franchise growing up as a kid. And unlike the internet and everything, which, which some people say ruins it or, makes it worse by that time. But I did the one thing that's actually considered, like, as you can say, a nice power move and everything, which is that I finally decided to not acknowledge it and just watch these and just admit those ones don't exist. And a lot of people say, "Oh, that's the same thing. Like, what's that difference?" Because it's actually my choice and everything. And I mean, guess what? I'm actually blissful and happy. Like, if I just stick with the expanded universe, don't touch Disney now because I know they're not gonna do well. Yeah, sure, there's a few diamonds from the Disney part of the collection, but it's not that much. I mean, yeah, sure, I heard Andor was good, but I wouldn't want to buy Disney Plus just to watch that. I'd rather wait for it when it goes on DVD or somebody pirates it onto DVD or Blu-ray. So I'd rather just do that. But aside from that, like I said, I'll just watch these movies from now on, read stuff from the expanded universe, and yeah, I feel better. Almost like deleting a Twitter account, just like that. Okay, this next one is another Lucasfilm franchise that I ended up falling in love with and everything, which sadly also like Star Wars which also got sadly beaten down, which was of course Indiana Jones. As you can see, it's the Complete Adventures made by Paramount and everything. It has, it's Blu-ray too. It has the first movie, Raiders, it has Temple, Lost Crusade, and of course the infamous Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and of course bonus features and everything. Pretty good. I actually, unpopular opinion here, but I actually like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which some people say that's not an unpopular opinion now. But yeah, back then, if I said it back then, people would just think I'm no fan. But even in reality, it's the closest. To me, it's the best ending story. I mean, not as good as Last Crusade, obviously, but compared to the new movie, that weird Dial of Destiny movie, it's just like, I rather can deal with Crystal Skull than Dial of Destiny. But just like Star Wars, I can just be blissful and happy knowing that these ones exist and nothing else. Next one is another franchise made with the help of Spielberg. Made by Zemeckis, which is also sci-fi, which of course being, as you can see, Back to the Future. This one's the ultimate trilogy I have. I did own the DVDs, and even that weird Blu-ray one that had the weird mechanism of taking a disc out. But those ended up getting sold off various times, not by me, of course, because the other two were owned by my parents and everything. But this one I ended up buying on my own. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Infamous poster has the first, second, third. Has a bonus disc. It's pretty good. I like it. My favorite movie. Well, to backtrack, my favorite movie out of the Indiana Jones ones has to be, of course, Last Crusade and everything. Yeah, it pretty much is. I mean, it's pretty much a tie between Raiders and Last Crusade. Everything, and of course, my favorite one being from Star Wars has to be Episode 3 from the prequel trilogy, and also Episode 6 from the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi. Those are my favorite. My favorite one from Indiana, is like I said, Last Crusade. My favorite one from Back to the Future has to be the first one. It's always the first one. That's not saying I don't like the other ones. I do. It's just I like the first one way more. Has these bonus features and everything. It's pretty good. Remaster and everything is pretty good. But yeah, it's like I like it. Well, go. Okay, this next franchise is a franchise made by a different director from Francis Ford Coppola. That is, of course, as you know, the Godfather trilogy. As you can see, I have the Omerta edition. What makes it the Omerta edition? It has some cool bonus stuff in here and everything. It says limited edition, but I found this for just $8 on the dollar, so it's like not really that rare. But as you can see, it comes with part 1 and 2. I don't have part 1's in my DVD Blu-ray player right now, but it has a Coppola restoration, theatrical version of The Godfather 3. I meant to get the Coda edition, but haven't been able to find it yet. It has all the supplements and everything that were from DVD all the way into Blu-ray. Looks pretty good. Yeah, the restoration looks pretty good. Even though being made in 2008, looks pretty good, solid. But it comes with just mostly product placement from either Coppola or Paramount at the time. weird, and also some weird postcards, some famous movie quotes and script quotes right here. Looks pretty cool. Posters, of lines and everything from as you can see, looks pretty cool. Here's a magnet fridge poster which I can't take out because it gets pretty hard to take. Oh, never mind. As you can see here, magnet poster. It's pretty cool. And here's some cards and everything which I can't get out because this thing is a bitch to like take out with this thing in the middle and everything. Or not, it's even harder to put back out. But it's mainly like a trading card game, or a trivia game, like all that stuff. Pretty cool. But yeah, I got this because like I said, it was cheap. I meant to get like the other editions. I forget what it was, but the other editions that came up before. But the reason why I never did is because they were online. I couldn't find this. Was not fine. I find because it was cheap on the dollar. I liked it. This was during the 45-year anniversary, which was back in where does it say it? Oh, it doesn't say, but as you can see, it's 45 years. Right now, they're on their 50th year, but this was made during their 45th anniversary. But yeah, I like it. Pretty much pretty good collection and everything. This came newly wrapped in here and everything. Yeah, it comes with trivia cards, quote cards, autonomy of a scene, magnetic poetry. That's what it's called. All that stuff. I like it. My favorite movie has to be mostly the first one, mostly because, as much as I like the second one, unpopular opinion here, but I don't think the second one needed to exist. Because, personally, I would like to bet if they follow the book a bit more, which would involve the original story and also, the Vito Corleone flashbacks, which is what the second movie was mostly, and the first, some halves of it. That's why I only watched the second one for the Vito scenes that much. I don't really watch it for the new ones. Yeah, sure, I see it for the Michael scenes too, but it's like, I just mainly like the second one just for the flashback scenes, really, because Robert De Niro is very good as Vito Corleone. Even it was very good. This one is from my favorite comedy trio. They helped me figure out what slapstick was, and as of course, as you can see, there's Three Stooges. As you can see, it's the Ultimate Collection. It's come with the, as you see, it comes with the famous 20 disc best song along with this bonus disc, which has a lot of rare treasures and everything. Has some other movies and everything in it. Has everything from the Curly years to the Shemp years, the Joe years, even Curly Joe. Which, of course, like I said, is where the movies come in. Because, as you can see, it has all the collections. As you can see, right here, 34, 36, 37, 39, 42, 44, 45, and then, of course, this one I placed upside down, which says 46 to 48, 49 to 50, 51, 52, 55, 45, 59. I only watched it all the way up to 46, 48 because that's when the Curly years was ending because due to his poor health and everything. It's like, sad to, like, rest in peace to Curly, but, very bad. I think you can even tell from this right here how old he was getting and everything. But, had to keep going on. Columbia wasn't going to let go of the franchise by their hands. The show must go on and all that stuff. But, but I still will watch. I would still mostly still watch it because, not all of it, not the Joe years because, yeah. It's weird when people keep hearing say that Curly Joe was the most hated, which I think is weird because I didn't think he was hated. Of course, here's the rare treasuries from the Columbia's vault. Has some cartoons where they cameoed in. Well, cameoed really. Has 2 full-length Columbia movies, which was one that had Curly in it, but don't be fooled. It doesn't have the Three Stooges are not a big part of it. They're just side characters for comedy relief. But the next one had Rocker Trevor has them as the main stars, but it only has Curly Joe, and it made it back in the camera can focus 59. You can see 59. I think it was like technically it would be Curly Joe's first ever appearance. His first ever appearance mostly. But I liked it. I did have a collection of their movies, but I had to get rid of it because I didn't really see it that much. It's just I didn't mind the movies with Curly Joe in it. It's just the other ones made by Curly in them. it was a big lie because they weren't even in it at all. They were just weird side characters. I thought they would be the main thing, but they weren't. This next one is called the 70th anniversary collector's collection edition. Sorry, made back in 2005, so 75 years. As you see, what makes this special than the collector's edition? Well, I think a few things actually. One, they have some of their shorts in color. That's one of the new things, yeah. Another way is they have a photo album, a booklet, and it has of course, the famous what is it? Where is it? It's not here. It doesn't show here, but it's in the collection, which is the famous, which was technically their last film ever, with especially before Larry had his stroke and everything, which was the famous. I forgot what it was called. But as you can see, it has some photos and everything, guides. Pretty cool. Hold on. Read this. What does it have? Yes, the famous Cook's Tour. Yes. Yeah, I know he's going to wait. Actually, how could Cook's Tour be in here? It wasn't technically unfinished, and yes, it technically was finished. Technically, it was unfinished, but as you can see, it's the last movie they ever made because before Curly ended up having his, I think, heart attack. I think what it was. Yeah. So that's what makes it more special and everything. It has the cast and everything, biography. It has some of the specials in it. Most of them are in color and everything, which is cool. But it's most special because, like I said, because of this photo album you see right here and the guide. But mainly because it has what's left, what they filmed so far, Cook's Tour, which, as you know, is unfinished. But they managed to edit some stuff in together and everything with what they had, footage they had before Larry died. Sorry. And yeah, pretty much a good collection. Has this press to play thing, which would have had Curly's voice line, but as you can see here, the boxes, battery's almost dying, so it sounds weird. It sounds very, very weird. Hold on, guys. Let me just put some stuff in. This is very heavy, very, very heavy. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, guys, because, very hard. I'll put the thing back in. Okay, the next one is a bunch of series where I'm pretty sure you'd be surprised to be seeing, but might as well admit it right now, which is the complete series of, as you can see, the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls, why that? It's just I don't know, something about their humor and everything, and their writing was pretty good. Yeah, sure, it's a sitcom, and I don't own very. In fact, this is my only sitcom collection I have, really. I think, technically, because all the series are from the 1st to 7th. All the collections and everything is pretty good, pretty cool. I like it. I like the series and everything. I used to grow up watching all the time on the Hallmark Channel, but I didn't like it on the Hallmark Channel either because they edit out so much stuff because it's too raunchy and everything. Despite airing on TV back in the 80s and the 90s, but that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, I own it, all of it. I couldn't tell you my favorite season because there's so many episodes. I can't remember all of them. It's it's weird. But there's all of them made by Disney, ABC Studios, i.e. Buena Vista, I think that's what it's called. Back when, Disney had their adult programming. 1 through 7 right here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's it. It's all the collections from the bottom set. That's it. I'm sorry if it went by a little bit more fast for you guys, but even though the video's almost already an hour long. But yeah, I had to make the whole thing. And that's pretty much all my collection from this pile right here. Like I said, I'll probably do the other one some other day, but because there's a lot more DVDs in there than there are in there. including the games too. But yeah, though, I think that's it, guys. Yeah, it's me. Um, well, goodbye from the. Well, here to say goodbye from the game dude.